When you think of BYU and SMU, and when you think of SMU, the death penalty usually follows with what they went through for paying players. Under today's standard, I don't think that would have ever happened. And we mention all the time, Jerry Tarkanian was a pioneer with what he had going on.
He started NIL. Jerry Tarkanian did at UNLV.
But as the game moves forward, and you're a high school football coach, so you're sending kids into this system, do you see money just becoming the factor of where a kid goes?
Well, I think, first of all, a lot of kids think they're going to make a lot of money in college, and it's probably very few that actually do make, some money to really make a difference at the collegiate level, so it's probably sorting itself out a little bit now, and incentive based more so than just giving a guy a bunch of money to come to school there and he not even play or leave the next year and transfer somewhere else that wants to pay him. So I think people are starting to figure out that part of it a little bit, boosters and donors, and the kids are kind of probably realizing that there's not as much there as they originally thought, or, the incentive to go is less than maybe they thought. But, for me, it's more, where coaches leave and they take half the team with them, or 8 or 10 players. And, there's got to be like prior contact and some rules enforced that kind of prevent that happening, with the guy taking 6 or 8 guys with them, and Deion Sanders, bringing in 6 or 7 guys from his team and forcing other kids on the team to leave at that time. So it's kind of the wild, wild west, but something's got to be done to kind of rein it in a little bit. And a big part of it is the red shirt part of it. You look at coaches. I know the quarterback and the starting receiver at Houston a few years ago played the first 4 games. They were 1-3 and said, all right, we're done. We're going to transfer next year. So we're going to be done. And as a head coach, you're expected to win games, and the pressure's on to be successful. And, guys' livelihood, they're getting fired and things after seasons that they're kind of out of control, out of their control. Dallin Holker, for example, I'm sure coaches were counting on him, and it's his right to do those things. I'm not faulting him, but the system is kind of broken, where a kid can play the first 4 games and then decide to sit out the rest of the year. And now as coaches, you put all this time and energy into spring and August practices, and the kid quits and leaves on you. And that's happening for a lot of kids across the board. So, maybe make the red shirt part. If you don't play, you can play in the last 4 games, and that's your red shirt. But if you play game week 1 or anywhere week 1 through week 6, that counts as a season. And, you're not able to just go and quit on the team and leave coaches hanging. So the system's broken the way it is. They've got to figure it out. And then the transfer portal, we all know that's a mess. And a quarterback leaves one school, they bring in, 2 from another. And it's just, something's got to give here in the next couple of years, or we're just in a free for all and everybody's open season every year.